Right First Family, this is your Division 421 Business Development meeting. Today is Thursday, September 5th. Time is now 8:14 p.m. And on the call, we have 8 individuals. Myself, Brother Macias, First Vice President, President John, Brother Art, Cecily, Langston Thomas, Brother Malik, um, Brother Orman, and Brother Najee Duckett here at the meeting. We briefly started this meeting off talking about stocks, and I actually wanted to kind of keep the conversation there for a little bit, but as far as a specific stock, I wanted to pose to the Fakarok stock and open up a conversation about this stock specifically. Because this week I've been really thinking also about uh, our real estate venture that we have as well, and the different strategies that we could take in real estate. Um, One of the things that I been doing also is looking at Biz Buy Sell, which is a place where we can uh, buy and sell business. And I've been looking for grocery stores. And a lot of these businesses that are existing, you can see if they come with real estate or not. Um, so with stocks, really, I think Fakarok is a private stock, but they are giving out great returns. Um, so the investment that was on my spirit was to invest in them twofold. Number one, buy the stock, but two is to look for a facility for an expansion in Atlanta. Um, I believe that if we were to find a facility, it will give us an opportunity to um, reach out to our parent body for funding to acquire that facility, which will give us an opportunity to kickstart our investment ventures. And it will give us an opportunity to share what we're doing with the UNIA. Um, so just wanted to open up the conversation about that with the group. But since we did segment stocks, and that was on my mind, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to actually bring it up or talk about it, but it was the segue. So
Sure, Brother Malik, I see you ready. Just to before we go too deep, the discussion on Rock expanding to Atlanta, I feel like that needs to be had with Rock leadership before we discuss that here.
I've already had discussion with Fakarok leadership about them looking to expand all over. So that's a conversation that I've already had with them.
When was that discussion?
That was last convention that I was there. So
so it's over a year ago now.
Yes, over a year ago now.
I need some updated information. I don't want to spend a lot of time on something that may not. Again, we don't have a lot of control over that decision, I don't feel.
Well, in order for us to even approach it, we have to first decide if that's something that we would even want to do. Because the reason I say that is because that's going to come a commitment along with that. That's something that we would have to staff, build, find a place. So if we aren't even ready to make that commitment, then that conversation would be premature to have with them if we're not even ready.
Do we really think that we're ready for that?
Yeah, we don't even have a Liberty Hall. How the hell we gonna have a Fakarok?
So that exactly, and that's one of the reasons why I saw, because in New York, the Fakarok is kind of where they have a lot of the meetings. There's a meeting space as well. So this has created an opportunity for us to get our Liberty Hall funded by finding a place that could serve those two ventures. Be a meeting place like the Blueprint already is in New York, where it is a meeting place and it's a grocery store. So that is something that I saw being solved in this as well. But the major reason is because to give us the funding that we need to be able to get started.
Brother Mason, again, I don't want to spend a lot of time on that. I would rather, if we're going to talk about that, and developing the skills for that, I would rather have a discussion about seven nanda. That would be a model for what we would do as a UNIA here in Atlanta. And I think that is
Yes.
a working model that we can already
Yes.
tap into and begin to understand that process of,
Right.
customer base, your suppliers, the trucks and all of that stuff. So
Right.
again,
So
I would rather focus, we didn't touch on investing in the rock. I would rather, I think that's a good topic. But as far as them having a space here, I don't think we're ready for that discussion. I'm just putting that out there.
okay, but I've actually done a lot of extensive research on Seven Nanda and that model. I've actually went talked to the people there and got all their pamphlets and went through it. Just and also, um, because that is a model that we would be focused on, is cooperative model. So that's why I did do that study. So um, but like I said, the main focus is because we are looking to acquire some real estate. But um, getting back to the stock portion of it, I believe that stock is $600 right now. It's giving about 18% return, and that is a business that has donated to the UNIA, and of course, is ran by our President General.
Would this be individuals purchasing a stock or us as a
No,
division coming together?
so what I'm proposing is that the division create basically a LLC that is focused on us collectively investing, an investment company basically within our division, and as a division, we invest as a division, not individuals.
Okay.
So the division having a share, and those returns going to the account of the business.
I'm with you. All right. I'm with you. What do y'all think about that?
How many Falcon Rocks are there? Are they just the one in New York? Or?
Right now it's just the one. Just the one.
Oh, okay.
What exactly is Baccarat?
It's a Federation of African Caribbean American Restaurant Owners Corporation or Coalition. I'm sorry, coalition. But it is basically. Have anybody ever been to Restaurant Depot in Atlanta?
So they supply restaurants with.
Yes, they supply restaurants and individuals with food. So right now, we have in Atlanta one of the largest base of Black-owned restaurants, and most of them are shopping at Restaurant Depot, which is owned by Jethro Holden, which is a Jewish company. I have my restaurant in Atlanta on MLK. I would go to Restaurant Depot to get all my food, and like I said, it's owned by Jews, so the opportunity is definitely there, back in there, but. And it gives us the opportunity to force the appreciation of the stock. We're getting the stock, but if we're able to also participate in the growth, we can force the appreciation of it because we're literally hands-on in helping the stock grow.
Would it be possible to put the names of these different things y'all are mentioning in the chat just so I can look into them? I've never heard of Kakarot or the what was the other one that President John mentioned?
Do they have perspective?
Seven Wonder?
Macy's?
Yeah.
Do they have a perspective? Macy's?
I have not seen their perspectives, but I know President General. So Langston, President General, our President General is the owner of FACROC. And they did go around raising money from different divisions. They came to Atlanta years and years ago. I was actually there when President came, but I never saw prospectus. I just heard the prospectus out their mouth, basically. But when we're talking about the closest thing to being a UNIA business, this is it.
All right, and this is in New York, right?
It is in New York, yes.
Okay, thank you.
So
we'll need cold and dry storage.
yes. So the goal will be to find a facility that has it. I've been on LoopNet searching, then present the proposal to the parent and get the money. We also, I do want to just throw out there as well that we have a new member, Abby O'Doon, who has Gangsters, the Growers. She has a farming program, and the goal would be to incorporate the logistics of even farm to table with and create a farmers coalition. I'm just, it's steps. It's a lot of steps. We gotta get. I don't you want to get into it, but
it sounds like we go well.
From that step at a time, brother Mason.
Insinuating ourselves as a middleman.
What for? FACROC?
The Gangsters, the Growers, and then actually supplying restaurants and whatnot that actually put us in the middleman position. And like, where would we be even needed if they can just go straight to the source?
Well, in thinking about this whole thing, I'm vertical integration is what I always try to think about, Brother Malik. Mm-hmm. So with Gangsters, the Growers, and the Farming Coalition, the goal would be to bring everybody under the UNIA. Like I said, she's a member of our division now, but
she's doing all right without us.
Yes, so, but
we all the benefit of her coming into this fold. You know what I mean?
FACROC will be the benefit which will provide distribution. Like right now, she doesn't have major distribution, and FACROC will be distribution chain. So it's all just tying it all together.
We still got a ways to go then.
Yeah,
Brother Mason, hold on now. See, that's what I'm saying. We're getting too far. Investing in the rock. How do we feel about that as a division?
This is just unreadiness for that question, just to let you know. Because the reason I say all this, because I'm showing the opportunity that we will have to force the appreciation to help the rock grow, and that will help the stock. So I'm only saying all this as pre-readiness to vote on that. Just let you know that at least this is some things that we could do to even help this stock even have a higher return.
Yeah, see, President John want to dip his toe, and Macy is doing a cannonball.
No. My thing is what you presented up front is what we're voting on. I understand the potential. We can brighten it up, shine it up, and make it as perfect as we want to be. But I don't even think that's necessary. As you said, hold on, wait. As you said, and I want to confirm. I would confirm that number. You said an 18% dividend. I thought it was like a
yes. They got an 18% return. He went over that last convention, an 18% return on the investment.
At which convention?
The one. I'm sorry, that was HEC in Philadelphia. They were giving out all the checks. They were asking everybody the returns they got. That's when they also made the commitment. They made the donation to the IHQ.
Okay, so all right. What I'm saying is, what we're voting on is a $600 investment with the 18% dividend.
That's what they tracked then. I'm not saying That's where they are. I can't confirm. I want to clarify that. I don't know exactly where they have now.
So what are we voting on?
That do we want to invest in them? They gave an 18% dividend before.
Okay,
I don't know where they are now.
Okay, all right. Well, can we just? I think I'm on board with it. First of all, this was this was in the program just at a later phase, but let's just say 10% dividend. Is that fair?
And yes, and the reason I agree with you, it was in the program at a later phase. But when we presented our proposal to invest in stocks to the parent body, what their rebuttal was, why don't you invest in Factor Rock? So they asked, hey, why don't you do it first? And I'm like, why not? You
and
understand?
I answered that question.
You did. So and so I'm asking another question. I'm like, why not? It was the question that I asked to myself, and why not?
Because we weren't the program. The step one was only $100. There is no Faca Rock portion that we could have at $100, is there?
Right. No, so I get that. So right now the proposal is that we commit to coming up with the increasing that amount and getting this one specific stock.
I'm fine. I'm fine with it. What is the body think? That's all I'm saying. I'm okay with it. I'm on
So
board with it.
I have some clarification questions. So would this be like UNIA like funds through dues that are being used to purchase the stock, or where are those funds coming from?
Yes, this would come from our division fund, which is made primarily from member dues. Yes.
Okay, awesome. This next question I have, um, oh, well, yeah, I think I think the idea is great. Is there a plan for, and maybe this is a question beyond where we're at now, but we're investing in stock so that we can increase the value of the shares as a way to generate revenue for the UNIA. So eventually the idea is to take out or to sell the stocks, right? Or am I not thinking about that
Not
correctly?
necessarily.
Mhm. So can someone kind of talk,
So this is a
tell me?
dividend-based stock where they are giving out dividends. So
Ah,
yes, it's dividend-based stock.
Yeah, we may,
and-
depending on the results, we may reinvest.
I see. And just for and I appreciate the clarification. A dividend is revenue, right? From that we get from the
Yes.
stock.
Yes. So if you've got a $100 stock and they give a 10%, or the stock may, if you got $100 stock, they give a 10% dividend, you'll get $10 every year.
I see. And that comes to the UNIA's bank account, for
Yes.
example.
Yes.
Understood. That seems like a great idea to me.
So yeah, anybody else? Brother Malik, Sister Cecily, Brother Art.
Pull the trigger.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm good. I think it's
So-
good.
And I got something else to add on to this right after this. But
Okay, go ahead.
No, I want to make sure we go through everybody. We're talking about investing $600 in Faca Rock for the purpose of supporting UNIA, so forth, black stock, as well as bringing in dividend funds for the division.
I got a question.
Yes,
Do we currently have that in our budget?
yes, we do.
Do we use those funds we currently have?
Well, yes, but I got another request for funds right after this.
Okay.
But I want to get through this one first. Since we in a friendly mood. Everybody gave their opinion. Brother Najee, anything?
I haven't heard from. We got 9 participants. I haven't heard
Cecily,
from.
Brother James.
Yeah, Art, Cecily, James,
Mona.
Najee.
I said I'm good with it.
Okay.
Okay,
thank you,
Brother Art said okay. Brother Orman, Cecily.
I'm okay with it as well.
All right.
Yes, I approve also.
And
No comment on this
Najee.
one. All right, got you, Sister Cecily. All right. All right, so I think we'll bring that. Brother Mason, if you could put a note and bring that, we'll bring that to the executive meeting for official approval to pull the trigger. But we should have full compliance of all individuals on this call. But Treasurer may have some questions.
He will.
Yeah, but I think we're gonna be okay. Okay, following up with that, just briefly, just because I saw my brother joined the meeting and we had just had a discussion about this recently. I would also like to take an additional, potentially, Brother James could clarify the number, $600, and purchase a box of books from Brother James. Brother James, you there?
Yeah, Brother President, I'm here.
How much would a case be or a box be?
A box of them, it'll be 60 books, and that'll be $540.
$540.
It'll be $540 for 60 copies of Teach Me About God. Did you want me to go into?
Well, please. Well, I think for this group, one of the main things, this is fun. They always think about money. So the question will be 60 books, how much we could sell it for, should sell it for, and what profit. I'm sure those questions are in people's minds.
Yeah. So the books retail at 15. So you spend $540, they worth $900
Gotcha.
for 60 of the books. Essentially, that's what you would get if you sell them for the 15. That's another stream of revenue. You know what I mean? And on top of that, I think to incentivize it, it would be another means of engaging the public, and we're talking potential members, which serves dual, triple fold. You know what I'm saying? But that I think that would be in addition to what Brother Mason was just saying. I think that would be another good investment in that it helps us control the narrative of Garvey, and simultaneously we'll be engaging the youth and parents. And as we all know, recruit that would be a very unique way of recruiting and so forth. But yeah, Brother John, and to the body, everybody here tonight, hello. But yeah, that's what that's what will come with that.
Yeah. So in summary, requesting from this body support to invest $540 for a case of children's books.
I definitely support it. I have a couple questions.
Go ahead.
Definitely with it. How have the books sold in the past, and what marketing strategy have you used?
Right now, I've sold since 2020. I've sold over. I'm over 3,000. I'm over 3,000 of the books. Now, I don't have a finite marketing strategy because this wasn't anything that I did. I didn't have any knowledge of that business, but just self-promoting, going to different book fairs, going to different events. That's why you could sell them. I will say this: I set up at Juneteenth one year. I set up at Garvey Day, of course, and I went to New York at some of the conventions. That's mainly where I moved the majority of the books, on hand, and then online as well. But that's why I mainly make most of my retail sales. Now, when I do bulk orders, like to the school system, which just started this year, they are responsible this year for buying over 500 of them. And that's between about 4 different schools. You know what I'm saying? So my marketing strategy, what I'm starting to see is that if I'm looking to do by volume, it's more so along the lines of schools, book retailers, things like that, which, that would involve more me. But for the UNIA, I believe, especially at our festivals, the different conventions that we go to, And just as a means of recruitment, a unique marketing strategy could be developed within the division, even if that means selling to some of the other members of the other divisions and so forth. You know what I'm saying? Just, if for nothing else, as a means to engage the youth, to recruit, to provide something for Black children. So I'll tell you this, there's with social media and different ways of incorporating AI. It's a plethora of ways to market it. You know what I'm saying? It's always I'm seeing newer and newer ways to market it every day. But from a UNIA perspective, I mean, for the UNIA developing a marketing strategy for it, I mean, I think the possibilities are endless. You know what I'm saying? Being that we are the organization of Garvey, for lack of a better word, I mean, that alone would get it out. If that answered the question.
Can I add an additional question? That piggybacks off of that. Off the top of my head, this seems like a wonderful idea with a lot of potential. And I like the marketing strategy that you mentioned of going to, young, book fairs and trying to talk to parents and go to events of that nature and thinking about connecting with the school systems in addition to the social media thing. I think the marketing question is a great one. My question is, would the UNIA have the capacity, like once we receive the books, to work with James or independently to build their marketing strategy and then have folks do the work of going out and selling the books? Would that be a volunteer position? Just, is there kind of a plan for once we acquire the books?
Yeah.
How are we going to sell them?
Yeah, that's definitely what I was looking at going to. With that, hopefully we can, after we make the vote on if we want to do this or not, we can have that conversation next and develop that strategy on how we're going to move the books. I think we definitely have to. I think for me, my vote yes would be contingent on we definitely have to come up with that strategy together.
I
Yeah.
want to say, I want to add something in there to both of y'all, and these are real good questions. In our capacity as an organization, we would be more well received by schools, recreational centers, different youth programs coming in as an organization with this product. It's one thing when I'm doing it on my own, they have to get to know me, and so forth, everything that entails. But coming in as a body, as a group, and with the ideals and principles that we standing on and what we're about, I honestly believe that the reception from different entities, like let's just say like one of these recreational centers, if we went in and said, hey, we trying to engage more with the youth, we also have a product, such, I think they would be more inclined to make purchases from the organization versus just me. That's one hurdle I have. I'm just one man, and I cover less ground. You know what I'm saying? But with the UNIA behind it and it being presented from an organizational standpoint, I believe not only would they be more welcoming, but I think we would have more people interested in buying from the UNIA as opposed to just me by myself. So I think, like I said, I think the possibilities are endless, and it's two and threefold. It's two and threefold because it also allows for recruitment and increases our visibility. And in all honesty, it adds more value to our division. That's how I see it.
Yeah, just to piggy real quick, everything you said, I love, and I was also thinking as you were speaking, that even aligns with some of the work that I'm doing as a PhD student who wants to get more connected with families, just to ask questions about, the work that I'm trying to do. So long story short, I would be interested personally. I don't know what the nature of that work looks like or how folks will get involved, but that's an effort that I would love to be a part of. And for all the reasons you mentioned, how it supports you, how it supports the UNIA, how it builds relationships in the community, and how it's attaching the sort of social solidarity with the economic solidarity. I think that's a wonderful situation that'll have a lot of good impact in a lot of ways.
And I want to add something else real quick, and because of course, I'm definitely gonna benefit from it. Any measures and efforts put behind it. But I will say this because I go to the schools, and I'm oftentimes if it is the school doesn't purchase, sometimes I go ahead and just supply the books, just based off of the need, for literature for them. But I will say this: they would be much more welcoming and much more they would desire the presence of the organization. They would require the presence of the organization. So I mean, it's like I said, it's the possibilities really are endless as far as when it comes to marketing and engagement. Yeah. So, like I said, going into these schools, I think that's really where a lot of opportunities would arise, in that it would increase visibility, and then being able to be in front of the students and them seeing the UNIA beside the book that is about Garvey and the UNIA, it increases value of the book and our message.
Yeah, I definitely I believe the strategies that we can implement are pretty endless, and we have a lot of opportunity here. I don't want to, belabor the meeting too long. With I think the next step would be definitely to discuss these strategies and get these strategies. But I would like the motion that we move to the vote on if we should accept this or not. There's a second. But I know me, I'm definitely with it and believe that this is something that we should move forward with. And I definitely see the vision and the opportunities here that we can really make this an opportunity for everybody to even make some money. And this will be one of the official products that we have for
the
solving
site. We were talking about the site offering products. That can be one of the products.
Yes.
Hey, can I add one more thing? I just want to add one more thing. I want to say this too.
Well, one more thing, that's the
I'm
death.
a one more thing type person. But look, I see I had a site pulled up. You can see I have the Garvey book translated into Spanish and Portuguese. And this isn't any type of print on demand situation. Like I have them, I have them in a storage facility. It could also allow for us to kind of play into distribution as a division. You know what I'm saying? And it could increase or develop ties with some of the other branches that are in the Spanish speaking part of the diaspora where we may have division. I was just throwing that out there as well.
Yes, sir. And my comments, what I'm hearing, and Brother Macy's, we've talked about this. Brother Malik, we will continue to talk about this amongst my business leadership. Brother James has laid the foundation through the youth department. Couple of words that he mentioned: products. We've talked about. He also threw out distribution. At this point, business has to jump in and take advantage of the opportunity and the groundwork that's been laid. So those are my thoughts. But other than that, I'm definitely on board. But we got to get incorporate this business wise.
Yeah, I feel like this is this would be officially our main product right now that we have, and we would definitely get behind this and treat it like that. And it is an opportunity for labor, for people to recruit, because for me, I mean, I see the amount of schools that are out there and that it could possibly be in. And with just 4 schools so far, I know that we could, be in so many. So with just that one opportunity right there, we really could really raise some funds to start really putting together some even more programs. So
do we need to go through the school board or to each school individually to get these placed?
How'd you do the other 4, James?
You go to the schools individually. They have a budget, and it's really up to the principal, But I mean, you would go like normally. I go through the librarian or a counselor or something like that, and then they'll decide how many they want. and they get it approved by the principal, and you know, in accordance with their budget. But yeah, to answer the question, you go through the schools individually. It's not a like a school board or public school system type thing. It's each school individual.
Okay. And these are public or charter schools?
I mainly go to public, but I mean public, charter, private. You know, they all have a budget. You know what I'm saying? It's just a matter of reaching out to them, and you know, what I do is I kind of create a demand for the books, and you know, like a librarian or a teacher say, "Oh yeah, this would be good for my class. We might get 100." Then you know they go according to, they go to their business manager, you know, and figure out what their budget is and so forth like that.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm with it on this group. So.
And one thing, I mean, we still on the vote, but any support that's needed from me as president, you know, to talk to schools or anything like that, I just, you know, give y'all my official. I can take care of that. I'll do that.
All right. Well, it's a yay for me.
Yes, me as well. Brother Art, Sister Cecily, Brother Eric, Brother Langston.
Yeah, it sounds good to me. It sounds good to me.
Thank you, Brother Art.
So,
Brother Najee.
I like it. So yes for me.
All right. Sound like we got most def ideas to work with. Yes. All right. So sound like we got two proposals on the table. Just to recap, that's $1,140. We could just call it $1,200 that we're talking about spending. So yeah, we kind of in one night we're gonna empty out the account. Brother Mason, what else? What else you got?
okay.
I'm gonna go to
The third thing I have and the final thing for the night is a little bit smaller budget, but it's a little bit of ask for people's participation. The third thing I would ask is that we have an opportunity to possibly rent out the griot for an event called the Financial Fitness Boot Camp. We'll be doing this event with Chicago. It will be a joint event, and also in partnership with Operation Hope. The event is designed for people to come together and lock into this boot camp and focus on completing tasks to get started or to go to the next level with collective support for wherever they at to wherever they are. So the goal is they come in, we assess where you are, where you want to go, and then figure out what tools you need to get there. And the goal with Operation Hope being a middleman is for them to have people there who would be able to provide those resources that those people need. So it's something I talked about briefly with President Clyde in Chicago, and he was definitely with it and excited about it, and mentioned that that's something that they have done in the past, a financial fitness literacy camp. So the goal would be to rent it for the time frame to do this has not been set. It can be pushed out further. If we need to recoup some funds first. But it was hopefully to 3 days, 3-day boot camp.
What kind of expenses we talking about?
I'm not sure how the cost of the griot and maybe that would probably be the major expense that we would have, because Operation Hope does most of that stuff for free, as far as the providers of the classes and stuff.
This would be a weekend program, most likely, right?
Yeah, so refreshments possibly as well. But the goal is to pre-sale tickets to cover the expenses. That is the goal.
I think the rate for Omanala on weekends is like $75 an hour.
$75 an hour.
I think.
Let's see.
Yeah, that's
so.
Yeah, because it would have been 300.
Can I ask a quick question?
Go ahead, Blake Langston.
Is there a reason why you chose this particular venue, or are you just looking for a
Yeah.
space in
Just
general?
relationship. Just relationship. That's the only reason. We already have a previous relationship with them. It's the only reason. If there's other venues that we believe that would be better, we're at the beginning stages of this idea.
Okay, I'm just just thinking about money because I do think relationship is valuable, but I think there's a black owned coffee shop. I don't know if that would be the ideal space, but Urban Grind I think is a spot that already does partnerships with different black organizations.
Urban Grind.
Yeah.
Are they the ones
Um,
right by
I'm not sure
Krispy
if that
Kreme?
would give us a cheaper cost. I mean, we
Urban Grind and Black Coffee over there in Lakewood.
he went out, but can't.
But I know a dude named Montoya Smith who runs an organization called Mental Dialogue, and every third Friday, his organization has them stay open late, and he hosts his event Friday evening from 7 to 9. And I think I don't even know if they charge him. They just ask that people, purchase a coffee when they come just to make some extra money. So I could get more details about that, but that could be a way for us to even not need to pay for a venue and build relationship. But I just need to, make sure that's an idea as develops. That could be another thing to think about. And we already have a connect with Montoya. Uh, Me and him are very close, so we could explore that.
Yes, and Montoya also did an event at my restaurant when I had a restaurant in the West End as well. So I think I didn't charge him. So if I need to talk to him about that. But I think it's a great place, Urban Grind, and it'll give us an opportunity to not have to spend any money on refreshments as well, and also give us an opportunity to support a black venue. And it could also help out with our marketing strategy, because one of the main things about the boot camp that we would be wanting to portray to everybody is support. Is getting networking and support, and it would just give us an opportunity to support the venue and show the participants how we already doing that. So, in my opinion, I believe I like this place better if we can have the opportunity to get it. So, if you can look that up, definitely do that, and if we could come back and
Yes, I can do that. And I'm
that's
looking
for
at
me.
the time. I do have to hop off right at 9, but I will definitely, I can volunteer myself to follow up with Urban Grind and anything to support with the book selling initiative as needed. Just throwing that out there.
Appreciate you, brother
Yeah,
Langston.
thank you, Brother Langston. We'll get the books, and thank you, Brother Malik, for speaking up. Because again, I will be relying on our business arm to make some moves on that.
Yeah. So we're definitely excited about the book sale. So how does everybody feel about the event? Financial Fitness Boot Camp. Should we continue to research and pursue?
Good idea. Timing. When were you thinking as far as timing to do it?
I'm looking at from suggestions. I thought about this the week before Christmas, only because people are so busy thinking about financing. But I thought about that might be too far off at the same time. But I thought about that might give us time to market at the same time too. So I'm up in the air.
I say January when everybody's lying about their resolutions, and after
Okay.
all their damn money for Christmas.
That's a good idea.
Okay.
I'm okay with that.
So we think about doing a free virtual session and then a paid attendance section.
Yeah,
I like January.
like a test. The virtual will be like a test run, I guess.
No,
Yeah.
they wouldn't be okay. They wouldn't be able
Not a test run. Yeah. They will be live.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So
It'll
we
be
were just
live.
recording it and streaming it, basically.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. We will use StreamYard, set it up. People can watch it live, like a webinar.
Yeah, I'm
Or
okay.
Zoom.
I'm okay with it. Yeah, I'm okay with it.
All right. So we'll continue to work on that. I like the Urban Grind venue. Hopefully we'll be able to get that for free. We'll have an update about that. Now, that's really all I have. The purchasing of a corporate a warehouse was kind of a separate proposal with the Factor Rock thing. I mean, I know we didn't want to go into it, but that was kind of a separate proposal for the real estate portion of our what we were focusing on. So the idea was to make that our specific target to find a commercial property to possibly house the Factor Rock. So that was kind of a separate proposal, President John, in addition to the first one. But if you want to table it, we can until we actually get to stop with that as well.
Yeah, I think we got a good 3 proposals right now, or 3 things that we working on.
I agree. All right. That's all I have for tonight. I don't want to hold y'all too long. I know we all got families and working on and whatever we got to do.
But one I did have a request in regards to a update. The credit things that we've been.
Thank you, President John. Thank you. So next week, next Thursday, we will have Brother Reginald from Operation Hope coming on to the call. And I did want to have a question about that. Do we want to kind of promote it? Well, other people can come on as well. On this call, he'll basically give a brief. Good night, Brother Langston. He'll briefly give a brief update about credit and what it is and having a business plan and things like that. And then on that call, he'll give everybody the opportunity to schedule a one-on-one with him as well. And then after that, he will continue to do subsequent visits to basically start our financial literacy training.
I'm more so the credit program we've been doing internally.
Oh, yes.
Any updates?